Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're jumping into something that's, well, both pretty cool and maybe a bit unexpected.
Oh, yeah.
Gambling. But specifically, gambling inside the metaverse.
Ah, right. That intersection.
Exactly. If you're
Yeah.
tracking how digital worlds and, digital money are evolving, this is definitely something to watch. We've got some material looking into how it's all shaking out.
Okay.
So the plan today, let's unpack what metaverse gambling really is, where things stand right now, and I guess what it could all mean down the road.
Sounds good. And it's developing fast. I mean, picture this. You step into a virtual world, maybe Decentraland or Sandbox,
Uh-huh.
and there are actual, fully working casinos. Our sources are clear. This isn't some future prediction. It's happening now.
Yeah.
Your avatar can sit down and play poker,
Great.
blackjack.
Right, real games. And not just with fake chips either. People are betting actual crypto. Ethereum's mentioned a lot.
Yeah, Ethereum pops up. And winnings, sometimes they're NFT-based chips, which is fascinating.
It really is. The piece even mentions some of these places hire real people, as avatars dealing cards and getting paid in crypto.
Which really blurs the lines, doesn't it, between the virtual economy and the real one.
Totally. But what about the rules? That seems like a big question mark.
Oh, absolutely. The whole regulatory side is, it's tricky because these platforms are often decentralized, right? Traditional oversight just doesn't map easily,
So less control.
much less. The source pointed out that many casinos have very basic KYC checks. Know your customer. Sometimes none.
No age checks, no location blocking, betting limits.
Often minimal, yeah. It depends on the platform and how it's set up. Someone called it the Wild West with neon lights.
That paints a picture like anything goes.
Kind of feels that way sometimes. It's definitely uncharted territory.
And the big established gambling companies, they must be watching this.
They are, for sure. The article says major players are already buying virtual land.
Setting up shop for the future.
Seems like it. They're clearly thinking about where the next generation of gamblers might be spending their time and maybe their money.
Makes sense. And it's not just the betting itself, is it? There was this idea of status gambling.
Right. That's another layer. It's not purely about the money won or lost. Imagine, micro betting while watching a virtual sports game, surrounded by other avatars.
Okay.
And maybe you earn digital tokens, NFTs that show off your status,
Yeah.
a virtual jacket, maybe a ring,
Yeah.
things you can display.
So it adds a social element.
Yeah.
And collectibles.
Exactly. It ties gambling into digital identity and social status in a new way.
But, okay, with all this newness come risks, right? The article brought up some concerns.
Definitely. Big ones. Addiction is a worry, especially in these really immersive, always available spaces.
Uh-huh.
And then there's fraud, digital manipulation. If it's all running on smart contracts on a blockchain.
These automatic digital deals.
Yeah. Who's checking the odds are fair? Who's making sure the digital dealer isn't rigged? Who protects the players if something goes wrong?
There's no central casino commission, is there?
Not in the same way.
Yeah.
That lack of a clear authority to, audit things and ensure fairness is a major uncertainty. Player protection is a huge question mark.
So wrapping your head around it all, is this the definite future or just like a flashy trend that might fade? The piece seemed a bit unsure.
It did leave it a bit open-ended,
Yeah.
but, seeing the established industry investing real money, that suggests they believe it's more than just a passing fad.
Right. It feels like there's real momentum.
I think the core thing here is that tension. You've got these exciting, immersive new ways to gamble,
Yeah.
clashing with some really serious unanswered questions about regulation, safety, and ethics.
Okay, so for everyone listening, the main takeaway is probably that the metaverse is genuinely becoming a new frontier for gambling. It's forcing us to rethink what a casino even looks like.
Absolutely. Which leads to maybe one last thought to chew on.
Go for it.
Given that traditional oversight is, lagging behind or maybe just doesn't fit easily, what responsibility falls on the users themselves and on the people actually building these platforms? How do they shape the future of gambling in these new worlds?
That's a heavy question. Definitely something to keep an eye on.
For sure. It's a space that's going to keep evolving, no doubt.